Okay, so Ashley's getting ready to start the peel process. She just applied a barrier around my eyes, around my nose, and on my lips. I'm not wearing lip gloss, it's to protect me. So she's gonna start by degreasing my skin with just a prep solution. Then we're gonna go into a salicylic acid base, and that's gonna dissolve the top layer of skin and allow the second peel to penetrate deeper. And then we'll follow up with a glycolic retinol peel to really work on purging the congestion that I complain about and overall resurfacing. So I guess we're ready, Ashley. And this is the salicylic peel. And right when it goes on, I can already feel it going to town. So on a scale of 1 to 10, oh, I'm probably about at an 8 or a 9. It's really intense. Yeah. I'm gonna turn on the fan. It's pretty intense. But the great thing with salicylic is in just like, I don't know, a minute or two, I'll be back to normal. So we'll see how my skin does. It might start to frost, and it just kind of looks like there's a white cast to it. It might not. My skin's very well prepped and ready for this peel. The peel we're doing today is not something we do on an intro client. You know, I do facials and peels regularly, and at home I'm using all the appropriate products so my skin's able and ready to receive this. So I'm easing down a little bit. It's not quite as intense. Probably at like a 7 or an 8. And I will say that my skin has a tendency to get really red, probably more red than most folks do. But with this peel, it's still normal to get pretty red. And basically, it just feels like I'm getting a sunburn. That's the best way I can describe what this feels like. And using the fan just kind of turns down the heat of the peel. My sensation of the peel, that is. And on a 1 to 10 pain scale, I'd say right now I'm at like a 5. So it's going down pretty quickly. It only peaks at the top for a pretty short amount of time. Okay, in most areas I'm not feeling it anymore. There's just a couple areas where I can still feel it a little bit, like at around a 3. And I'm gonna wait until I pretty much don't feel anything anymore. So this is a really normal reaction, especially starting with the salicylic base. It's very normal to feel the heat from this, and we just wait. We just wait until the intensity goes down, and then you know, proceeding on with this peel, which is a much more heavy-duty peel. Again, not something we do on first-time clients, but something we can work our clients up to if that's what their skin needs and what they want. So if we are just doing a salicylic peel, we'd stop right here, and this is all we'd do. But since we are going to go forward and do the glycolic retinol peel, we'll just wait until everything's simmered down. And I'd say overall I'm at about a 2 everywhere. But just around the mouth area, maybe it's about a 3. Okay, I'd say I'm ready to keep going. So now Ashley's going to put on the glycolic retinol peel. And with this one, she'll apply it, and then she'll keep an eye on my skin, and it'll talk to her and let her know when it needs to come off, but it'll probably just be on for 4 minutes maximum. We did a pretty intense pre-treatment. Okay, so this one doesn't have all that much more sensation than what I was feeling already. I'm probably at just a 3 all over, but it's more of a prickly sensation. With the salicylic peel, it was definitely a heat, like I was getting a sunburn. And with this one, it just feels like little pricks, little pin pricks here and there. It's not painful, it's not uncomfortable, it's just the sensation that I'm feeling. So, yeah, this one's not bad at all. I know that my face looks super pink right now. It's really bright red, and it probably looks like it must be painful, but it's really not. Usually during facials, and especially while we're giving peels, we see the skin go through a very dynamic range of vascularization from your normal color palette to really pink, and then it'll fade back down pretty quickly afterwards. So when we're done with the peel, I know that by the end of the entire facial that we're doing, I'll be back to normal color. It's just while we're in the process of doing the peel, it's normal to pink up. So it doesn't mean that something's going wrong, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to stay this color. It just means that it's working, and that it's kicking up the circulation in the skin, and things are happening. So I'd actually say that I'm almost at a 1 everywhere, except for around the mouth, where I'm still at like a 2 or a 3. But almost everywhere else, I have almost no sensation whatsoever. Just a slight warmth. That's it. So I don't know, are you seeing anything, or am I getting any?
No, just some pink around on the high cheekbone area and just around the mouth, but other than that,
Okay.
it looks good.
Yeah, I'd say sensation everywhere is like a 0 to a 1, except around the mouth, it's just at like a 1 or a 2. So very light sensation around. So I think when we hear about peels, we think that they're these huge major things where they're massively painful and leave you looking like a lobster. But peels are very accessible and very easy to experience, and all the horror stories that we've heard are few and far between, and usually a much deeper peel than estheticians are able to do, or they're administered by someone who doesn't know what they're doing. So make sure that you go to a qualified esthetician to get your peel, and you'll make sure that you'll end up with great results. So how's it looking, Ashley? How much longer do you think you're going to leave it?
I'm actually thinking that we're about ready to take it off. How are
Okay.
you feeling?
I'm fine.
Okay.
feeling
Yeah, I
fine.
think it's time. It's been about 4 minutes.
Okay. I think that's a good amount of time.
Okay.
So it's common when the peel is removed for there to be an increase in sensation, and that's because with a peel we're in a highly acidic state, and going into just putting water on, which is a neutral state, is actually quite a big difference in the pH. So it can kick up the sensation a bit. That being said, I'm not noticing really any difference at all. But it's not uncommon for it to get more, for there to be more sensation. I don't want to say more painful, because the peel wasn't painful, but there was definitely some prickling, some feeling of like a sunburn. So there was definitely sensation there. It wasn't painful though. So we're just taking it off. Okay, now that she's done the first cleanse to remove everything, it did kick up sensation, especially around the mouth, probably up to about a 3. And it looks like I might even be a little bit pinker. But that's normal and to be expected, and that sensation will die down really quickly. All right. So that's all there is to a peel. Now this is a pretty intense peel, so over the next week I do anticipate that my skin will actually peel quite a bit, and I will document the process so you can see what happens and what to expect from a peel from your qualified esthetician.